Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this lovely little Christmas house. If you click like on this video, guys, I will 100% guarantee that tomorrow morning Santa won't have came, but instead you'll get something much better. You'll gain the superpower of melting ice with your brain. That's right, you'll gain that precious power, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. No refunds though, no refunds. If your power doesn't work, all you've got to do is leave the ice in the sun longer. But in all seriousness, guys, I mean, that's probably not going to happen. Ice will melt by itself, you don't need that power. But what would be cool is if you gave this video a like, because I spent quite a bit of time on this house. I perfected it, made it look all nice and Christmassy for you guys. Hopefully you enjoy it. So if you do, please do give the video a like. It really does help me out tremendously. Plus, if you do enjoy stuff like this, subscribe to the channel. And if you do subscribe, click that little bell next to the subscription button, because that'll mean that you get every single video that I make sent straight to your sub box. That'll make sure that you're actually able to watch them and they don't fly past you. And if you do subscribe, by the way, guys, leave a comment down below. Let me know. I'd love to say hello to all of the newcomers to the channel. Anyway, let me show you the inside of this build, because it is all nice and Christmassy on the inside as well. There's not too much stuffed into the inside, but we do have a nice Christmassy fireplace with not real fire, because otherwise this place would, well, burn to the ground. We also have a tree stuffed in the corner. Not really enough room for a full-size tree, but a tree all the same. And we also have a nice little bed as well. So, guys, if you do like this video, please do remember to give it a like, subscribe for more, and if you like, you can also check out the rest of the channel in the cards in the description below. But that is way more than enough talking. If you actually want to make this thing, let me show you how. So, if you want to make it, here's what you'll need. Grab yourself some block of quartz, some dark oak planks, some pillar quartz blocks, some quartz stairs, some quartz slabs, some white stained glass paint, some dark oak wood stairs, some dark oak wood slabs, and some redstone lamps. Plus, we need everything else that you can see in the inventory right there. You might even want to pause this video, make sure that you grab everything. And, by the way, we'll probably need even more than what we have now. We will probably be grabbing some more stuff. But once you do have everything there, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'm going to be making it in my suburbs in my city. Well, you're going to want to begin the build with a row of 5 pillar quartz blocks coming directly up from the ground. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then, from that 5th pillar quartz, do 3 upper right diagonals. That's 1, 2, 3. Then do 3 bottom right diagonals. 1, 2, 3. Extend that 3rd bottom right diagonal all the way down to the ground. Then, what we want to do is right in the very bottom center of this empty space that we have here, we actually want a door here, but we don't have a door at the moment, so we'll pretend. We'll make a door using lamps. Either side of where the door's going to be, we're going to want to use block of quartz. So we're going to want to have 2 rows of block of quartz left and right of where the door space is going to be, which is here. Then, we want to have a row of glass that sits above and behind the entrance. So we want to use our white stained glass pane for this, and we want to have a row of glass that sits behind the entrance. And we want to have a row of quartz slab just above the entrance, just half a row above. So if you imagine that these 2 redstone lamps are where the entrance is, then our entrance actually looks pretty nice like that. You can also fill in the entire inside of this particular part of the house if you like. I don't know why I waited so long to tell you that you can do it, but you use dark oak wood planks to do that, because it contrasts very nicely against the white. It looks fantastic. And later on, we're going to light these up in a little while. We're not going to do it just now. Either side of the door, where we have the 2nd quartz block, place a lamp on the left and right, and place a dark oak wood slab above the lamps. And like I said, we'll be lighting those up a little bit later on. Now, what we now want to do is we want to take out our pillar quartz block again, and we want to take each one of the rows of 5 pillar quartz block. We want to take the top block, and we want to extend them backwards by 10 with the pillar quartz block. So it'll be like this sideways facing one here on the side. That'll extend backwards by 10. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then connect that down to the ground. And we want the same with the other corner block, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we can extend that down to the ground too. We then want to take each one of these blocks and we want to connect them together at the top, and we want to do 2 diagonals coming in from either side, or, well, 3 actually. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and we don't have to do 3 because we already have the center block. What you can then do is you can completely fill in the very right hand side of this building, and you can also fill in the back of the building as well with dark oak wood planks. Again, most of this thing is really just quartz and dark oak wood. We're going to fill in the back, as I said, and we will also work on the little bit of a chimney that we have on the side as well. So we want to, once you've filled in the back and once you've filled in the right hand side, we want to come to the very center of the right hand side of the build. You should be able to find the center block quite easily. You should be able to just kind of like eyeball it like I did. So it's like right there. I'm sure you guys can see that. Well, you want to take that center block and you want to go up on top of that block, or to the right of it, like of the house. You want to do a row of 9 pillar quartz block coming up from that block. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You guys see what we did there? Took the center block, raised it up with the pillar quartz. We then, in front of this, we want to do a row of 8, which means that the row is one shorter than the row behind it. And then we want to take the row behind it and we want to do a row of pillar quartz block that is one row higher. So we want to have this. Then, to the right of these 3 rows, we then, going right of this bottom row, this first row, we want to have a row of pillar quartz block that is one shorter than this. And we want the same for the middle block. We want to have one row shorter than the middle block. And we also want to have another row that is one row shorter than that back row. So we have kind of a nice steepled effect like this. Place quartz slabs on top of the pillar quartz block. There you go, that is the chimney for the most part. We are going to make all of this a lot more Christmassy later on, but key word is later on. So, once you've got all of that taken care of, guys, the next thing we have to do is we have to establish the walls of the house. And what that means is we want to take the 2 inside corners of the left hand side of the house where we have the rows of 4 pillar quartz block, and we want to do rows of dark oak wood planks coming inside like this. So 1 left, 1 right. We then want to do the same thing on the front and the back, by the way, pretty much the exact same thing. We want to take the bottom dark oak wood plank blocks that we just like extended backwards from the pillar quartz, and we want to take those bottom blocks and we want to go left of these blocks by 5 with the dark oak wood planks to the left outwards. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You then want to go up by 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you want to connect them back to their respective sides. So that's the front, for instance. And you also want to take the block that connects and you want to extend it down to form a nice solid window shape. That's the front. The back is the exact same. So on the back we want to take the bottom block, we want to extend it outwards that way by 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend it up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then extend it back towards the house and then connect it down like that. We then want to connect the front and the back together. So we'll do that with the top and bottom blocks of the corner, each one of the 5th blocks like that. We then want to take the 3 middle rows inside of this. So we want to take the 3 middle rows, it's these, leaving a gap of 2 on either side, and we want to connect the top and the bottom. So that is what the very side of the house wants to look like. That's perfect. Now, coming out diagonally from the front left-hand corner of what we've made and the back left-hand corner, we want to have a row of pillar quartz block that is as high as the particular side of the house. So, to show you, you want to have something which should look like that. That is easy as anything. Next thing we want to do, we have to do this to a few windows. We want to take underneath this window, right, and we want to do, on the left and the right, a quartz slab. We then want to do an upside down quartz stairs coming inwards. If you like, you can also customize the bottom of the window by making dark oak wood stairs instead of dark oak wood planks. That is up to you though. Left and right of the window, we do need these. Left and right of the window, we're going to use wooden trapdoors. Well, that's in the wrong position completely. We're going to have wooden trapdoors left and right of the window, and then we have to fill the window in with glass. Plus, we have to do... I don't think we need pillar quartz block. I'll probably eat my words there. And then place something nice on the windowsill, like maybe a pot with a fern in it. Looks like a mini Christmas tree. Looks great. That's the front. Whatever you do to the front, you've got to do to the back. So on the back here, first of all, we're going to destroy the bottom of the window and place dark oak wood stairs in there. We're then going to place white stained glass pane inside the window. We're going to place a quartz slab coming in from either side with an upside down quartz stairs coming towards the centre. And we're going to place a flower pot with a fern on the windowsill too. Like that. Looks fine. We also need to have the wooden trapdoors left and right of the window, as you can see, looking fantastic, if I do say so myself, and I do say that. So once we've done that, we now want to come to the very left-hand side, and this is ever so slightly more complicated. I am eating my words now, because we do need a pillar quartz block. We don't actually need a block of quartz, though, so where's that pillar quartz at? There it is, wonderful. So, in the very centre of this row, on the left-hand side, we want a pillar quartz block right in the centre. We want upside-down quartz stairs going left and right of this centre block. On top of the pillar quartz, throw a pot with like a fern in it, or something nice. Place an upside-down quartz stairs on the left and right-hand sides, coming inwards, like that. Left and right of the window, we want to, windows, since we have two, we want to have wooden trap doors to make nice little shutters for the windows. Makes everything feel nice and Christmassy like this. If you like, you can make it so that the base of the windows are dark oak wood stairs like that. And also add white stained glass pane to the inside of the window holes. So we want to have something which should look like this. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do, you know what, I think we'll do the roof, because after we've done the roof we can start adding some more Christmas decoration. For the roof, all you need is quartz stairs and quartz slabs. So first of all, we'll take care of the main part of the roof, which is this part, right, on the front of the house. So we're going to, with our quartz stairs, take the left-hand side of the roof where we have this horizontal row of pillar quartz block, and we're going to do a row of block of quartz stairs, like running along there. We want to extend the left-hand stairs, or the front stairs, and the back stairs, and we want to extend them across using the quartz slab. And we want to have the quartz slab overhang the side of the house by not only one row, we want to have it overhang, I do believe, 2 rows. And we want to extend that all the way back. And I'll tell you what, something we have to do as well is we have to make it so that the roof overhangs the front of the house by 1 row, and it also wants to overhang the back of the house by 1 row too. I've actually done that in reverse order as to how I've said it, but we want it to overhang the front of the house and the back of the house too. I don't think we actually have to have the roof overhang an extra row here on the left. I think it can, or shall we? No, I think it's fine. I don't think we have to have it overhang 2 rows. I think it can quite simply overhang just 1 row. And we're going to fill in the top of the roof here with quartz slabs. And once we've done this little part of the roof, the small part of the roof, the flat part of the roof, the easy part of the roof, once we've done that, which is just quartz slabs, as you can see, looking great, we can then come to the big part of the roof, and we just build it up exactly how you'd expect a normal roof to be built up. So we'll just use the quartz stairs, and it will come all the way up to the very tippity top, and once we reach the tippity top, we're going to place a row of quartz slabs that goes from like left to right, or from like front to back. That's what we're going to have. And do remember that the roof does overhang the front and the back of the house by 1 row. Whether you find it easier to like add that in later, or whether you find it easier to do it now, that is kind of completely personal preference. That's up to you with whatever you want to do. So we're just going to place all of this, there we go, and now we're just going to connect to the chimney. And we can also, if we like, we can, there we go, we can sneak a row in behind the chimney coming towards the centre of the roof. And we're just going to, what are we going to do? There we go. It's kind of difficult in this position to actually place the stairs. Silly me, but what can you do? So we're going to extend that backwards, and now we're going to do the row of quartz slabs that comes from the front all the way to the back, or the back to the front. I actually did that in reverse order again. So underneath the overhanging row of stairs, we want to place upside down quartz stairs, and you get quite a nice little mixture of blocks, despite the fact that we've used quartz with quartz. And that wants to be not only the front, but also the back. I actually said that in the right order this time. Well done, me. And we want to come to the back, do the same thing. That looks great. And once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for us to start Christmassifying the house. That's what we're doing. We're Christmasifying the house. So to do this, we need spruce leaves, we need red hardened clay, some buttons, wooden buttons, quite important. We need redstone lamps, a way to power them. I would suggest some levers, whatever. And also some coloured clay is nice. So orange, yellow, lime, and light blue hardened clay is always good. So the first thing we're going to do, just above the door, take the centre block, the one where you have the quartz slab involved, and you want to place a spruce wood leaf. With a red hardened clay on top, extend that clay left, right and above. Place a wooden button in the centre of it, and that is a nice little wreath. Lovely, looks fantastic. So, next thing we're going to do is we're going to hang some lights. So these lights are going to be hung underneath the roof, and we want to have 3 of them on the front. One is in line with where the shutters are on the right, one where the shutters are on the left, and one where the shutters are in the middle. So can you see how they hang off the edge of the roof there, right? And we also want to light them up with levers/levers. And we can do that by putting, by putting the levers on the back of the lamps. There we go, and it keeps them nice and lit up. No problem whatsoever. And if we come to the side, we want a similar thing on the side. So on the side, we want to have a lamp here on the left, or here on the right, here on the left, and one in the center. We want to have less lamps on the side. We just want to have the 3. If you want to have more, you can, but it's not really in line with the window, and it kind of looks weird. But also light them up using your levers. So we're just going to put levers in these positions. That looks fine. And on the back as well, we want to have the same lamp, so in line with where the shutters are and one with the center of the window, we want to have the levers that will light everything all up, looking all fantastic like this. And once you've done that, you can also, by the way, let's destroy these 2 blocks that we had as placeholders. We're going to light up the 2 lamps on the outside next to the door, which means you just place levers on the left of the inside and the right of the inside as well. And if you find that the glass pane is irritating you, use white stained glass block instead, or white stained glass as it's better known. And you can kind of go around the door if you like, or you can just have a strip across coming there, and that actually gives you a bit of a nicer effect. Plus we can also add a door now, a dark oak wood door right there, looks great. You can even have it kind of inverted if you want, so that the door's actually sat backwards a little bit. That looks kind of cool as well. And there you go, guys, that is most of the Christmas house. Now we are missing a couple of things. We have all of these clay for a reason. So what are we going to do with these? Where we have the pillar quartz block, the vertical rows, we're going to replace some of these blocks with some coloured clay. So for instance, we're going to take this block here next to the lamp on the front, we're going to replace that with red stained clay. We're going to leave a gap of 1, and we're going to move up, and we're going to replace that one with orange. Across the left here, we're going to replace this one with green. Leaving a gap of 1 coming down, we're going to replace that one with yellow hardened clay. So we have an every other block policy that we have, and we've just taken the pillar quartz block, and we've replaced them with nice red stained clay to kind of have it look like they're Christmas lights or something along those lines. We want the same on the side here, so we want to take the second block on the bottom, the first block at the top, and we want to replace these with different colored clay, so maybe some light blue and maybe some green, like that. And if we come to the back, we want a similar sort of deal, so maybe this time we can use orange or red or yellow, and we can use red. And we can take the back row here and we can do the same thing. We can use like lime and we can use blue. And on the back corner of this, we can also do the same thing as well. Maybe we can use this time like red, and we can use orange, like so. I mean, just to kind of switch things up a bit, just to get a little bit of lighting involved. And where we have the chimney, this is where you're going to want to add some colour as well. So with the chimney, it's kind of up to you. You can do it in a pattern, or you can kind of just knock out random blocks. But I'm going to knock out random blocks in the chimney, and I'm going to replace them with coloured clay. So I'm going to replace these blocks with coloured clay. I'm kind of doing it so that it's kind of like tapering up kind of logically like this. I'm going to knock out a few more, and there we go. And now I'm just going to kind of like replace all of the blocks that I've just destroyed in the pattern that I kind of like have the blocks in my inventory. So I'm going to kind of go like red, orange, yellow, etc, etc, and we can have a blue one up here, and you know what, we'll actually have a pillar quartz block there. We'll replace that back, but there we go. It makes it just look a little bit more Christmassy. Maybe we have even more. Maybe we have like knock out these. Maybe we can knock this out. There we go. Maybe that, and then maybe we can do it in a different way. Maybe we can now like invert the pattern so it looks a little bit less man-made. There we go. So maybe we just knock out those blocks, something like that instead. And I don't know, that looks kind of cool. There we are. So we now have a nice little pattern going. Looks fine to me. And if you like, you can even like just knock out that one as well, just to make it a bit more colourful. But there you go, guys. That is the Christmas house for the most part. Some other things that you might want to do. Now, I got these out despite the fact that I wasn't really going to use them. You might want to pile some snow around the Christmas house. So you might want to add some snow, make it more snowy. You might also want to create a little bit of a path going in front of the house using like oak wood planks, something like that. If you want to have a nice little beacon of light like at the front of your house, you might want to have like a redstone lamp in line with the lamps that you have on the either side of the entrance. You might want to throw some quartz slabs on top of them, and you might want to find a way to light them. I would actually use like some redstone block underneath the redstone lamps like this, and it would just make the house look a bit more Christmassy, especially once you throw more snow on the ground. Now the lamps are going to actually, I don't know why I destroyed those blocks completely. The lamps do emit heat, it would seem, so they actually do destroy snow blocks. So you've just got to be careful with that. You'll notice that the snow, if we leave a little out here, the snow will actually begin to melt using the redstone lamp. So do be careful. Throw some snow around the place, put a Christmas tree in the garden, make it look all nice and Christmassy. Now, this tutorial really was just for the house, but if you want a bit of inspiration of what to add around it, why don't I actually flip back to the original, because that's much better than vaguely explaining stuff that we can just do here. So let me show you the original to give you a bit of inspiration what to do with the house. Alright, so here we go. This is the house all done up on the outside. As you can see, there's very little snow around the lamps. It melts, it really does. But add some snow around the house. Pile it at different heights, as you can see here. Make it look nice and man-made. Have a tree as well. If you want to make this exact tree, as a matter of fact, which is this tree right here, just check out the channel for my Christmas tree tutorial. I'll actually leave a link for it both in the card system and the description below, just in case you want to add a tree to either the outside of the house, or you might be able to stuff one to the inside. For the inside, if you want a bit of inspiration, here we have an even smaller tree, because I don't think that one actually fits in here. It might actually. It depends how you put it. But add a tree inside, add some presents using banners, add a nice little Christmassy fireplace, also add a bed or something, maybe even a bit of storage, and you'll have a really nice Christmas house on your hands. And it looks fantastic. It doesn't take that long to do. It's quite easy. It's not that hard. So check it out, guys. You might you might be able to get that done without too much trouble. But that's the house, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed the tutorial. If you have, please do give this video a like. I'd really appreciate it. You probably won't get any superpowers, although you will get my ultimate gratitude. If that's worth anything to you, it's a superpower all by itself. It really is. If you did like this video, please do consider subscribing, and if you do, click that little bell next to the subscription button, and also comment down below. Let me know that you subscribed. Let me say hello to you. Let me know. Also, do comment down below and let me know, other than if you have subscribed, let me know what you want to see next. I'd be very, very interested to see what you want to see next. As a matter of fact, everything that I've built around you has pretty much been due to suggestions. So, what does that tell you? I'd listen to your requests. Let me know all about what you want to see. Also, guys, if you do want to make more stuff by me, if you want to make stuff like modern mansions, and if you want to make stuff like an ultimate survival house, and in the future, like if you want to make, say, a Barbie's dream house, stuff like that, check out the card system in the description below, and it'll show you how to make stuff like that. It'll take you to loads of playlists, and it'll also show you how to make stuff like this. So, if you wanted to, say, make some more houses, I would highly suggest going into the Suburban House playlist. It'll take you to, say, this is Suburban House, I believe, number 10. Or maybe you want to make Suburban House number 11. Or maybe you want to make some more modern houses. That's quite a nice modern house. Really easy to make that one. And maybe you want to make this modern house. Or even a modern mansion. The outside isn't done with this one, but you guys still get the point. You just check out the Quartz tutorial playlist, the Quartz House playlist. You'll be able to find all of these in there. Or maybe houses are a little bit boring, you don't like to make too many of them. If you want to make a city, then my real world building playlist is a great place to start. Here we have chip shops, pet shops, fast food restaurants, churches, music shops, train stations, you name it, we have it all over here in the Real World Buildings playlist. And if none of that is your jam, if you want to make stuff that's a little bit closer to nature, check out my park playlist. So this is my public park playlist. Everything in this world has a tutorial. Check out the park playlist and it'll show you how to make everything in here, even including like if you are into houses, but not specifically those ones. This is like an eco house that I made. Looks lovely. Same thing over here, we have the Hobbit house. Fantastic. I love this house to bits. And this is the ultimate survival house that you may have just seen in a previous world, and so on and so forth. Basically, check out the channel, subscribe for more, click that little bell, let me know you subscribe.